Hello world, welcome back to Razor RC. We're done with the build of the Team Associated T6.2. It's a 1/10 scale electric race stadium truck, and I'm all done. Well, pretty much got to do the ESC and the body, but other than that, it is all nicely put together. So I wanted to talk about the build and how it went, and as well some little tips and tricks. First off, I am running a Savox 1267 SG steel geared servo, the black edition of course. And then motor wise, I am running the brand new Wits Racing 13.5 turn motor, super high quality motor at a really good value as well. These are $100 normally, but we do have a 20% off coupon code, so definitely click on that link and you will see 20% off. So you get this motor for like $80, which has got to be the best deal I think in the RC motor industry. And then they also did just release these brand new Wits Racing aluminum cooling fans, so nice little touch. And the T6.2 does have this little fan mount, so a good place to put your actual fan. Also rolling on the Hyperglide ceramic bearings from Wits Racing, super nice set of bearings, spin super free. So yeah, super excited about this. Did put on some other option parts, so I'm running a steel ESC tray there, and then also a steel front bulkhead, as well as a titanium slipper bolt right there, and then a gear differential. So I am setting this thing up for carpet. There are no carpet setup sheets out there, so just kind of went with the Blake Champlin T6.1 setup sheet. We'll start with that, see how that runs, and then make modifications as necessary. But yeah, not a whole lot of information out there yet. This is a brand new kit and it's still being developed, and obviously a lot of places are closed right now for racing. So in terms of the build itself, went together really nicely. If you built a B6.2 or an SC6.2 or even like a B6.1, they all build pretty much the same. All the instructions were pretty good. Little minor things here and there that were a little bit odd, like the ball cuts for the drag link there were like in a much later bag, I think like bag, I don't know, N or something like that. But you do build the front end up front, and then you do kind of have to search through some of those bags later in the kit. Also, all the bearings come together as usual. So a lot of parts on parts trees as well, probably more parts trees than I think I've ever encountered on like any Team Associated kit. So maybe saving a few bucks here and there, but you know, nothing really bad overall. Now, in terms of things to watch out for, I would say definitely make sure you have a 1.3 millimeter hex driver, because like these little captured screws for the hinge pins are that tiny little 1.3 millimeters. I think you could also use a 0.05 inch. They're just about the exact same size, but like a 1.5 millimeter hex driver is not going to cut. It's going to be way too big. The other thing to watch out for is that these caster blocks that hold on the spindles, yeah, they are kind of I don't know what you call it, mismolded. They're not perfectly straight out. Like the bottom one kind of angles up, and you kind of have to like file it down, shave it down, just to get to like spin freely. So watch out for that. And then if you're running a carpet vehicle, you do also need to pick up the carpet bushings. I only have the 2 and the 1 millimeter bushings, but on carpet you're really going to run like 0 and 3 millimeters. So that does not come in the kit. Some of the older kits like the B6 did actually come with both sets, but on the T6.2 you do have to pick that up separately if you want to run that. Other than that, everything went together really nicely. Ball caps are looser than I recall in other Team Associated kit, but they are super free, so no problems there. And then the final thing I would watch out for is that the servo mounts, you can see these little 4 screws that bolt the servo onto these little aluminum servo mounts. Make sure the bottom ones you're using a slightly shorter screw if you're not using any sort of spacer. You want to space your servo forward or back to try to get that drag link as horizontal as possible. If it's angled really weird, then you know, you're probably using the wrong spacer. But if you're using no servo spacers at all, that bottom screw is actually going to be a little too long and like stick out too far and kind of push up against that little plastic mount there on the side rails. And so yeah, pick up a shorter screw. I think you need like a 3x6 millimeter screw if you're not running any spacers, just to make sure that your servo is nice and flat. Otherwise it's going to be like kind of cockeyed and, you know, sort of pointing upwards, because you won't be able to get that screw like out of the way. So that's pretty much it. No other real issues to talk about. It is nice that they come with the layback and laydown transmission. Also, they do have options on where you mount the shocks. So I'm running the shocks on the front of the arms. So you do have to put the tower on the front of the transmission case, but if you're running in the back, then obviously you mount to the back and you remove this little spacer there if you want the rear shocks on the back of the arm. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely check out the Wits Racing products. Really, really nice motors. I'm super excited to try them, and probably going to start switching over there. If these are performing pretty well, but everything I've heard about these motors they are really, really good. So super excited about that. Definitely hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons. Look for more videos soon. Thanks for watching.